308 PM ETHere is a look at some things to know as you bet the weekend slate of Week 9 college football games. All lines are courtesy of Westgate Las Vegas Superbook, and all games are on Saturday unless otherwise specified. Wisconsin Badgers 26.5-49 at Illinois Fighting Illini 12 p.m. At Wisconsin is 101 Austrian shillings in road games since Paul Chryst took over as its head coach in 2015. Miami Hurricanes 20-54 at North Carolina Tar Heels 12 p.m. At Miami is 61 Austrian shillings as a road favorite since Mark Richt took over as its head coach in 2016. North Carolina is 17 Austrian shillings this season, including an 0.5 ATS and 0.5 Sioux mark at home. Rutgers Scarlet Knights at Michigan Wolverines 24-43.5 12 p.m. At 3 games against Michigan and Ohio State since Chris Ash took over as its head coach in 2016. Rutgers is 0.3 ATS and has been outscored 19-20. This includes a 780 loss against the Wolverines as 30.5-point underdogs last season. Oklahoma State Cowboys 7.5-73 at West Virginia Mountaineers 12 p.m. Each of the past 4 meetings between these teams has gone under the total. Louisville Cardinals 3-62 at Wake Forest Demon Deacons 12:20 p.m. Since the start of last season, Wake Forest is 92 Austrian shillings with 4 outright wins as an underdog. Louisville is 210 Austrian shillings in its past 12 games. Penn State Nittany Lions at Ohio State Buckeyes 6.5-57 3:30 p.m. At Penn State is 142 Austrian shillings in its past 16 games. During this span, the Nittany Lions are 40 Austrian shillings with 3 outright wins as an underdog, including a 2,421 win against Ohio State as 19-point dogs last season. Opponent line results at Ohio State 6.52016 versus USC 7.5 lost by 30 2016 versus Wisconsin 2-1 and 5J on by 70 2016 versus Ohio State 19-1 by 30 2016 versus Maryland 2-1 and 5J on by 24. Georgia Bulldogs 14-43.5 versus Florida Gators 3:30 p.m. Jacksonville, FL. This would mark the biggest favorite Georgia has been against Florida in the past 40 seasons, as well as just its second time as a double-digit favorite during this span. The other game came in 2014, when the Bulldogs lost 3,820 as 11.5-point favorites. 2014-2017 line 11.514 result lost by 1-8 TCU Horned Frogs 7-48.5 at Iowa State Cyclones 3:30 p.m. At Iowa State is 83 Austrian shillings as an underdog in conference games since Matt Campbell took over as its head coach in 2016. NC State Wolfpack and Notre Dame Fighting Irish 7.5-58 3:30 p.m. The under is 61 in games when NC State is an underdog over the past 2 seasons. NC State has won outright in each of its past 3 games as an underdog, including a pair of upset wins this season: 11.5 at Florida State and 3.5 versus Louisville. Week 9 of the college football season is here, which means Phil Steele, Chris Fallica and Stanford Steve are back to give their best bets on 16 different games. UCLA Bruins at Washington Huskies 18-58.5 3:30 p.m. The under is 80 in Washington's past 8 games against conference opponents. Michigan State Spartans 2.5-40.5 at Northwestern Wildcats 3:30 p.m. At Michigan State is 0.7 ATS with 4 outright losses in its 7 games as a road favorite since 2015. Mississippi State Bulldogs 1-56 at Texas A&M Aggies 7:15 p.m. At Texas A&M is 30 Austrian shillings as an underdog this season. Mississippi State is 15 Austrian shillings in its past 6 games as a road favorite. Nebraska Cornhuskers at Purdue Boilermakers 5.5-51 7:30 p.m. The over is 60 in Nebraska's past 6 games as an underdog, including a 30 mark this season. Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets at Clemson Tigers 14-49 8 p.m. 60 Austrian shillings this season. Georgia Tech is the only FBS team that has covered in every game in 2017. Fresno State and UCF have yet to lose ATS, but have pushed. Texas Tech Red Raiders at Oklahoma Sooners 20-74 8 p.m. The total has gone over in each of the past 6 meetings between these teams. This includes last season, when Oklahoma won 6,659 in Lubbock, easily eclipsing the over-under of 85.5. WASHINGTON State Cougars 3, 64.5 at Arizona Wildcats 9:30 p.m. ETHere under is 82 in Washington State's past 10 games. One of the two games to go over went to triple overtime. USC Trojans 3.5, 59 at Arizona State Sun Devils 1:04.5 p.m. At this will mark Arizona State's fifth straight underdog game. The Sun Devils are 40 Austrian shillings with 3 outright wins during this span, with all 4 games going under the total. USC is 0-6 ATS in its past 6 games. This marks the longest ATS losing streak for the Trojans since failing to cover in 7 straight in 2000, the season before Pete Carroll took over as head coach.